Good night. Gotta love a weeknight in Lampang. This spot not bad. Loom surprised me. It's actually pretty good. Lampang, I actually have a feeling, is full of a few little surprises like this. Bam. Good night.
Good night.
The only thing about the music, it puts you to sleep. I mean, it's really mellow. It's not the most uplifting music. Lemon.
Okay.
All good? Good night, guys. Seated here with right? And the horse name is Kantom, right? Kantom. Kantom. Lampang, Thailand. And I'm just really close to Chiang Mai. It's only about 90 minutes up the road from here. And some people for my 30 Thai cities in 30 days asked, why aren't you going to Chiang Mai? And it's because I want to try new places. Gonna go have some coffee, go to the gym, try to get a little bit of a taste of what it would be like to live here. And at the end of this vlog, I'm gonna share with you my thoughts. Would I choose Lampang as a place to live as an expat? But I'm saying Lampang kind of has this old Western style, almost like a Western style old town feel. But they say, in fact, Lampang's kind of a town of gangsters. That in like the World War II era, all the way up to the Vietnam War, but definitely World War II era and before, that typically a confrontation or a dispute would be settled with gunshots. Basically says, starting in World War II through about 1960 or a little bit later, there was so much opium trade in Lampang. And it called it the Texas era because there was a lawlessness and a lot of disputes were settled with guns. You just pull out your gun and shoot people. And they kind of gave it its name, I think, something like the Texas era town for having that old West way of settling disagreements. So I think I'm gonna ask to drop me off right here. And I'm gonna walk across the way here and go check out the Lampang Museum. Got a little journey on the horse and carriage. It's about $10, 300 baht. And here we have a really nice park and you have the museum. So I'm gonna go check out the museum. But it's quite nice. In fact, I've noticed here in Lampang, it's actually quite a few parks. Not to mention, you have some green space along the river too, where people go out and jog and work out, which is kind of nice. But it has a very local vibe compared to a place like Chiang Mai. You just don't see, in that little horse and carriage ride, I didn't see a single tourist. In fact, I don't think I've seen many foreigners at all in Lampang. And it's interesting because Chiang Mai is just 90 minutes up the road, which is full and loaded with tourists. All right, let's go check out the museum. Narcotopia by Patrick Nguyen, amazing book. And this placard describes exactly what that book is about. And it basically says, starting in World War II through about 1960 or a little bit later, there was so much opium trade in Lampang. And it called it the Texas era because there was a lawlessness and a lot of disputes were settled with guns. But they said there was a high level of corruption in Lampang during the, what they call the opium era, and all the drugs that were flowing through Lampang, I guess they're saying from Burma. And it's fascinating. One of the best audiobooks I've listened to, in fact, that Narcotopia. And in that book, he even talks about, we saw it in a movie with Denzel Washington, about how the US, in fact, was supporting some of the trade routes of opium. Not sure if I'm reading that right, but what it's saying is there are over 200 factories in Lampang making that chicken bowl, or making the chicken bowl. And it's really a symbol for the resources that are underground here in this part of the world, and how they make household supplies, or I think in particular, ceramics. This is quite special. They call it the Ceramic Museum, but in fact it is a history, 200-year history of ceramics in Lampang. But they also have where they manufacture all the ceramic, the kitchenware. And then next door there's, I guess, a gift shop and what have you. But it's a great place to come to get a better understanding of the significance of ceramic for Lampang and the role it's played in its history over the past couple hundred years. Very interesting to watch them work here and produce so many pieces of ceramic, because a lot of times when I'm out and about and I see all the knickknacks and souvenirs and what have you, I assume, and 90% of the time it's true when you're in different destinations around the world, all those little knickknacks are made in China. But these ceramic pieces are the real deal, made right here on site in Lampang. Sorry, Cap. A quick tour of the room. Here's what we have for Lampang. Brought my own pillow. I always bring my own pillow. It's wrapped inside that case. And what do we have here? It looks like we have the bathroom here. Okay, good. Seems relatively peaceful. And the bed and what have you seems kind of good. We have an old sofa here. And I brought my yoga mat. I still have yet to use it. And yeah, feels like we're in a time capsule from 1970 kind of, you know? But it seems relatively peaceful and calm. That's priority number one for me, to get good quality, quiet sleep. So there you have it, the room tour and the rate. I think it's like $70 a night. Here I am crossing one of the more historic bridges in the town. I think there's about 20 bridges in the town limits of Lampang. There's probably more than that. That's what it looks like on Google Maps. So I'm gonna shoot down this little alleyway here and take a look at the market. You can see you got the butcher out here doing his thing. And then you have all these little alleyways that go back to the early 1900s or so. To check out, hello, this old historic market. What do we have here? Garlic. Soy milk. Alright. She has delicious, fresh soy milk. And she even had the black sesame version, which I don't see too often here. Everything's so nicely presented. It all looks like it came right out of her garden. It's not like she has a huge quantity, but what she has there, you can tell she put a lot of care and intention into the presentation, including the little plates of garlic. Oh, what is it? Rice?
Rice.
What is? Rice and sesame. Wow. So that's, she told me she's making rice and sesame, so that's what I got. Rice and sesame. I'm gonna skip what the gal behind me is making, the grilled fish. I'm gonna do rice, sesame, pineapple, and papaya. Thank you. So it's called pickled fish. These two big buckets right here are pickled fish. I think every little Thai marketplace has its own little uniqueness or unique charm. And that's what you have here in the town of Lampang, this very popular, busy, early morning market that I think has been here since the early 1900s. It's called Naps Coffee. I'm trying a few coffee places here in Lampang. I'm finding, in fact, they have kind of a good, understated coffee scene. I mean, we know Chiang Mai, you see the sign up there. Chiang Mai is just so close, yet it feels so far, meaning these two cities feel quite different from one another. Chiang Mai just overloaded with tourism and foreigners, whereas here, I think I have yet to see a single foreigner. I'm gonna go try another coffee spot just up the road. This coffee spot is called Keeps. In a park right here, they even have a, looks like a roasting Fong coffee roaster. I would like a Americano, hot. Let's do dark roast. Awesome. Thanks a lot. Man, really good. If you ever end up in Lampang for some reason, definitely come to this coffee place. It's called Keeps. Amazing. So just a few thoughts. You know, I've been on this 30 Thai cities in 30 days. This is stop number 6. Still have a long ways to go, but I'm gonna give you what my way too early top 6 ranked places I've been so far, if I were to choose one of them to live as an expat. So number 1, I love Pray. Amazing. Right now it's in my top spot, but right next to it in a close second would be Uthai Thani. The third one, let's see, probably Ayutthaya. Special with all the history there, but it also has a closeness to Bangkok, a lot of nice amenities. And then right after that, I would probably choose Kanchanaburi. Has a good expat community. There's the most interesting maybe nightlife, if you like that, if you're an expat. You have that little street there that's tailored to Farongs. And then that leaves number 5 and 6. Now, when I have a list of 30 places, that doesn't mean number 5 and 6 will be at the bottom of that list, but they are for this one. Number 5 would probably be Sukhothai, just because if you watch that video, I talked to Nak in that video, and he talked about how the town's somewhat depressed ever since the pandemic. And then number 6 on that list right now, not saying that I would rule it out as living here, I'm just saying it's the 6th spot right now in places I've been so far in ranking, and that's Lampang. So that's my way too early top 6 places on 30 Thai cities in 30 days, because I still have a lot more to go. But check this out. They used a special ceramic from here in the coffee. They have, you have 9 shops.
Yes.
You have 8 shops in Chiang Mai.
Yes.
You have 1 shop in Lampang.
Yes.
And you commute back and forth.
Sorry.
Sometimes you come for a week.
Yes.
No farang in Lampang. Little.
Another
Ni
Falang
noi.
come in the.
Oh, one other?
Just for one day have 5, 6 maybe.
Yeah, 5 or 6, right? Yeah, very few farang in Lampang. So this one is called Mate Coffee. It might be my last coffee sample in Lampang for the day. If you're in Lampang, stop by here. Oh, by the way, all the links to all my destinations, I put a Google Maps link in the episode description for every video, so you can see wherever I'm stopping at that Google Maps link. You can just look it up. I've been driving too many kilometers. I looked down and it said it was time to change the oil, so while I'm here in Lampang, I got the oil changed. Sorry, Kap. Oh. Okay. Gonna let the pros wash my bike. The first bike wash of the trip, and it's pretty dusty and dirty. So they said they'll wash this up for $3 for 100 baht. Yeah, look at that. Nice and clean, fresh. You'll be nice and clean and fresh for the next leg of this journey through Isan, Eastern Thailand. Cup. On to the next stop. I'm trying to absorb as much of this town as possible in a very limited amount of time. I think the next stop is going to be the gym. This is going to be our gym today. It's called Godung. Need to find a place to park. It's probably going to be right here in the shade. $1.50 for the gym pass.
65 บาท
And 50 cents for the water. And now, sweat free. Just a little bit of hard work but I'm trying to be consistent, at least get in the gym as much as possible on this journey. Thank you. Oh, you're getting too big. Too many muscles.
Hả?
Your muscles are too big. You
Yeah.
knock everything over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
จำได้เขาเป็น
What does your shirt say? F muscle. Right? Nice, man.
My
Let me
team,
know
my team.
if my biceps are in your way. Yeah. Making a vlog, yeah.
Oh yeah, where you from?
America,
What state?
California.
Oh, I used to live there.
Where?
Around Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah, I used to be a massage therapist there.
Massage therapist?
Yeah,
For how long?
I think half a year,
Wow, man.
and then I just come back here.
You like Hollywood?
It's kind of like here a bit because
Really?
like, the weather, I would say, it's not different much from Thailand, to be honest.
Warm weather.
Yeah, it's a bit more, I would say, a bit dry, and it's a bit more of people.
Where do you prefer to live, America or Thailand?
Well, it's kind of different route, you know.
If you had
I
to
live-
pick one,
Well, probably would live in America. You know,
why?
there are lots of varieties in there.
Variety?
Yeah, like you can choose how you live. I understand why people say it's the state of freedom, because in America, if you have enough willpower and time and passion, you can do anything there.
What do you like about Lampang?
Lampoon?
Why do you like?
You mean Lampang, right? It's my hometown, and you know, when we got to explore all around the world and we came back, we just love our hometown the most.
100%. I agree with you.
Thank you.
Awesome. I agree with what he just said. That when you go back home, when I go back home, there's no better feeling than that. We can go live in Thailand, we can go live around the world, but there's nothing like home, going home. And I think that's true for every citizen of the world, everyone in the world. When you travel, you can enjoy living in another place, but there's nothing as good as home. Gun ownership in Thailand's high, but the violent crime with guns is not that high. Not like the US. But you're saying all these are replicas for kids? Or what?
For not in Thailand cannot sell to kids under 18 years old.
Under 18.
Cannot buy.
But they used a BB gun.
But 7 years old can shoot.
BB.
Can shoot BB, but their parents must be.
Oh, supervised.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Very interesting. Thanks, man. Thanks for the tour. Look at all these things. They look real. You would never know, you know? You would never know. Wow. You could probably rob a couple liquor stores with those. Roy, huh? Okay. I ordered a feast, as you can tell. I think I even have more food coming. We have, that's the chicken cashew. Okay, so anyway, I don't even remember what I ordered, but I want to try a little bit of everything. And then I think we're going to be surprised just how reasonable the price is when I check out. 485 baht for that, all that food. Just under $15. I think my favorite one was the kind of the white soup, and it had chicken and mushroom inside. That was by far the most delicious. Making my way down to the river to enjoy the sunset, and can't help but thinking, going down this street, this historic street of Lampang, which I guess has a super cool walking street on the weekend. And you see some of the drawings on the wall showing the history of the horse and carriage for the aristocrats. But I can't help but thinking, look at these little buildings like this one. Baking Days. It's so charming, right? It looks like they have some new construction going on here. But I feel like Lampang has the bones that the river sunset's going to come out shortly. It has the bones to be a real, I think, tourism attraction where people would come here. You have the old town, you have this cool like coffee scene, and let's not forget you're barely an hour and a half from Chiang Mai. Barely an hour and a half from Chiang Mai. The sunset's coming in here in Lampang. It brings the day to a close. I'm out here enjoying a Thai beer, and I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to answer the question, would I choose to live in this city as an expat? Well, I'm going to go back to my hotel, get some rest, get up early, and then as I leave town tomorrow, I'm in fact flying out of town tomorrow by plane, I'll answer that question. But for now, I'm going to close out this part of the vlog and catch up with you in the morning on my way out of town.
ขอบคุณค่ะ Smoking is prohibited in the station area and
区域和火车上禁止吸烟。
Lampang train station. I'm leaving Lampang. This was stop number 6 on my adventure. You can see my motorbike over my shoulder. I'm at the train station. Why? I'm shipping my bike to meet me in eastern Thailand. I'm going to skip the ride just to save a little time and save a little energy. That's about a 10-hour ride, and I want to make it kind of convenient and easy. So what I'll do, I've got my motorbike here, and they'll pack it up. They'll put it on a train. Now, there's no direct train to the eastern Thailand from here. The train actually shoots down to Bangkok and then shoots back up. That's going to meet me in Udon Thani. So if all goes well, the next time you see my motorbike, the next time I see it, will be in Udon Thani, picking it up at the train station in Udon Thani. And the woman here was so helpful. The assistant here at the Lampang train station. First things first, before sending the motorbike to Udon Thani, that rear top box, I'm going to mail it ahead of time. I learned the hard way. When I shipped my bike before and they didn't have me remove the rear box, I'm going to flash on the screen what happened. So it's really convenient though. Just come here to the local post office and I can drop off all my things. They'll help me pack them. I'm going to put this top box right into this box, I think. We might need a bigger box, but we're going to help pack this up. I'll show you guys once it's all packed up and how much it costs and everything. You're going to be surprised at how reasonable and affordable it is to send things like this in Thailand. So we're going to weigh the parcel, and now we will calculate what the cost, I think. So helpful. Took the top box. We're shipping it to Udon Thani. She was amazing, really helpful, really quick. Took less than 10 minutes. And the total cost is about $12 for shipping. And it's going to arrive in like 2 days. Yeah, straight to where I'm staying in Udon Thani. So very convenient. She's going to make sure everything's packed up nicely and send it. And what is the cost to send it? It's almost 1,700 baht, or about $50 to Bangkok. It'd be a separate fee to shoot up to eastern Thailand, but it's not about the cost. It's about time and convenience and comfort. Save energy, get over to eastern Thailand more quickly, and continue this adventure of 30 Thai cities in 30 days. And the next vlog will be coming to you from Khon Kaen. Right there. I don't think I've ever seen an airport like this. It's like in a neighborhood. It's truly, you drive through a neighborhood and then boom, the airport's right there. Anyway, I had to get from the train station to the airport and I took Grab. That's another note for first timers in Thailand, right? Or not regulars. Always take Grab. It's a lot easier, and this ride was only like $2.50. But the airport, I don't think I've ever seen an airport so convenient. You literally are going through a neighborhood, and then all of a sudden, you arrive at the airport. Here's another gal who took Grab. She took Grab bike to the airport. You know, look how easy it is in Thailand, right? It's so convenient just to hop and Grab. We're gonna go into this airport here in Lampang and head to Bangkok. Here's another thing I love about being in Thailand when traveling. These little carts are free. I was just back in the US a few months ago, and I forgot how much it was, but it wasn't cheap to grab a cart like this in the US. I think it was like $6 or $7 for the use of a cart. In Thailand and most of Asia, they just have carts there for your convenience.
You have time for connecting flight like 30 minutes.
Okay.
only. But you already check in online. I guess it's still on time, but you have to run.
Okay. No time to stop for coffee.
Yes. You have
Okay.
to run. Thank you.
Habakat. We're all set. So checked in here. What she said is I'm gonna have to run because we connect through Bangkok. She said I'm gonna have to run to catch my next flight to Khon Kaen because there's very little time between landing and taking off again. And just a footnote for hopping around Thailand like this on AirAsia, like this ticket to Bangkok I think is about $30 and the one to Khon Kaen is maybe $25. It's very, very affordable. It's very easy. And this is a type of convenience I don't think it'd be that easy in Europe or in the US. This wouldn't be practical to do this type of travel, but it sure makes it easier to explore 30 Thai cities in 30 days by all modes of transportation: plane, train, motorbike, walking, whatever it might be. Grab. Now that I'm leaving Lampang, I'm going to answer the question that I ask on all these vlogs about 30 Thai cities in 30 days, and that is, would I choose to live here as an expat? Well, the answer to that question is there are too many other places in Thailand that I like more so as life as an expat, a lot more so than Lampang. So no, I wouldn't choose to live here as an expat, but I would definitely recommend, especially if you're visiting Thailand, you're in Chiang Mai, this is a must stop. It's fascinating. It's got a cool history of World War II during the opium trade. It has a really cool history, early 1900s, about all the trade that happened here between the Burmese and Chinese. And I think it's a must stop if you're in Thailand, especially if you're in Chiang Mai, because it's just up the road. Farewell from Lampang. I'll see you on the next stop of 30 Thai cities in 30 days, stop number 7. Khon Kaen. Hello again. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Nice to take a break, cool off, and get off the motorbike and travel in a little more comfort for the next leg for Thai city number 7, which will be Khon Kaen. But for now, it's time to pack up and depart Lampang by plane.